Hey, Brian here with the Holy Roller talking about leverage. Last time we started high, now let's start low. Here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
All right, this is part 2 in my series talking about how to leverage in casino craps. And last time we talked about how starting high, and this time we're going to talk about starting low. So in starting high, you'll have to go watch that video. In starting low, we know that this is a $10 table. We're talking about a $10 table today, and we want to use our leverage at a $10 table. Now, we're going to jump into this in the next video, but I'm going to just do it right now. So if this is a $10 table, I don't want to play 44 inside, okay? I want to play 66 inside. And the reason why I'm playing 66 inside is because this is how I'm going to use leverage, okay? So here we go. If we're going to do 66 inside, you know that every person that shoots, every shooter is going to roll a hand, okay? And when they're done rolling and it passes to the next shooter, that's somebody else, another shooter, that's going to roll another hand. And you want to play for 10 hands. If you're going to play craps, play for 10 hands. This is what I'm talking about on how to use leverage and how to play for 10 hands or 10 shooters. Once you do 10 shooters or 10 hands, that becomes one round. So what you want to do is play at least one round, okay? So if we're going to do 66, we're going to need 66 times 10, right? And we're just going to say that we're going to round it up to $700. So our bankroll for this, for starting low, is $700. Now you might say, whoa, I thought it was a $10 table. If you did 44 inside, all you would need was $500. But we're going to use leverage. We need an extra $200 at the table. Now the table minimum always dictates your minimum of how you can play 10 hands. Now, we're talking about 10 hands or 10 shooters because we want to bet 44 inside. Let's say we just wanted to bet the 6 and 8. It was a $10 table. We want to bet the 6 and 8. We would want to bet $18 6 and $18 8. One level up than what the table minimum is, okay? So if that's the case and we only want to do the 6 and 8, then we can, so that would be $36. We can play with $400. See that? But we're going to go all of these. We're going to go 5, 6, 8, and 9. So that's $66, okay? And because that's $66, we're going to play it for $700, okay? I won't roll out a whole round today, but I'll give you the idea of how to use the leverage, okay? So here we go. Let's roll it. We'll assume somebody else is the shooter. They're going to get a 7 on the come out. That's good. And a 12, well, give and take, and a 6. Okay, so the point is 6. And what we're going to do is we're going to go 66 inside. So there's 75 is a $9 change. Okay, we could have threw in when we have ones, we could throw in 76 and they'll give us $10 change. All right, I hope I didn't lose you on that. So $9 change there. And we're going to get set up for 15, 18, 18, and 15. 66 inside. All right, so there's the 66 inside, and we're rolling. Here we go. We now bet, and there's a 10, okay? And there's a 2, craps 2, and a 12. Oh my goodness. How many rolls? There's an 11. Oh, all the horn numbers. And finally a 7 out. Oh my goodness. Wow. We just lost $66 after all those rolls. No 5, no 6, no 8, no 9 hit. And all we were looking for was 2 hits. So if we're starting low, you want to get out of the hand not in just 1 hit like if you're starting high, but you want to get out of the hand in 2 hits if you're starting low. So if we started at 44 inside, we would get out of the hand. Let me show you how to do that really quick. So this is off, and I'm going to just show you because there is another way to start low. And here we go. We're going to do 44 inside. Now I'm going to show you how to start low with a 44 inside. I said we don't want to do that. We definitely don't really want to do that. But because this is what's going to happen. If you start like this, okay, and it's time for a roll. In order to get out of the hand in 2 hits, now you always want to get out of the hand in 2 hits, okay? So here we go. Let's see if we can get 2 hits. There's an 8, okay? So an 8 happens. That pays 14, by the way. Okay, so being that that pays 14, we can press the 6 and 8, 1 unit each, okay? And then that's going to be 18 each. And we're going to take $2 back to our rack. And here we go, the second hit. We're hoping to get a second hit. Okay, there's the 8 on the second hit. Okay, now remember we started at 44 inside. The second hit's gonna be 21, okay? Now let's take this 2 that we won last time, take this down, because there was 12 that we put in last time. So there's our 44 inside, and here is 10, 20, 30, $35. All we have to do in 2 hits to get out of the hand is take one of these down. So we'll take down the 9. There's 44 and plus 1. So right here after 2 hits, mainly because we got the 2 hits on a pressed number, we're out of the hand with $1 profit. And now we're just playing. So this is the way you can do it if you wanted to start really low. That was a 9, by the way, because we took it down, right? There's a 2. There's a 2. And here's a 4. It's hitting everything. Okay, finally, we got a 5. All right. So if 5 pays 14, and what we would do is probably throw in 1 for 15, like they would get, say, ask for $1, we'll throw in 1, and then we'll put the 9 back, and then we'll rack 5, okay? So now we have a $5 profit, right? Total, and we have 44, but that was 3 hits, right? We got out of the hand in 2 hits, but now we're back to where we started, okay? Now, scenario goes where, you know, okay, there's a 9, so that's another, let's throw in a dollar for 15, okay? And so we have another 15, and this is where you can choose to start putting your money back here, or see how we have $20 here? Watch what I'll do with that next $20. We could just say same bet, same bet, same bet, but we're out of the hand, so we could do a collect and press, press and collect, however you want to do it. But the point of what I'm saying is we started low on this one, right? Okay, there's an 8. That's going to pay 14, right? And this is, maybe we'll do this and bring $2 back. Okay, so we're kind of doing a little bit. So 1 unit press on the sisters or whatever. Or you could pick, there's a 3. You could pick one number and just put everything on one number and make your own jackpot, you know? All right, so there's a 6. That pays 21, okay? Now we pressed last time. This time we'll just collect, okay? So now we have $43, okay? So here we go with a 7 out. All right. So remember we started with 44 and we got it. We got our 44 back, which is right here. And then we have $43 here. So technically what we could do is we could use what we won for the next round and go 44 again, right? Now you might say, no, Brian, I want to go lower. I want to go lower. Is there a way to go lower? Well, if you noticed, when I had the 44 inside and I got the hit where I pressed it and got the hit, I had to take the 9 down, which limited my opportunity, right? Because then the 9 hit and I didn't get paid. And of course the 4 and the 10, you know, but I'm trying to talk about starting low with all of your bankroll starting low. All right, there's another way you could start low that has to do with hopping. It's the Waymaker. I call it the Waymaker. The Waymaker is a strategy where I use hopping all of these for $1 each. And that would be $10, by the way, for all the scenarios, except for the hard ways. If you hopped the 4, 5, let me just do it. I'll just do it. It's $18. So I'm gonna throw in $20. I'm gonna get $2 change, okay? And I'm gonna play all these numbers. I'm gonna show you how to play all these numbers for $20, okay? And so here it goes. It is, and I'm gonna just put the hopping here so you can see. It's 1 way to make a 4, 2 ways to make a 5. You're gonna get the easy 6, the easy 8, the 9, and the 10. So that's all the easy ways, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means we have $8 left. There's $8 left, okay? So we have the $8 left here, and this is what I call the Waymaker. So we're gonna do the hard ways for all of these. Okay, now, the only numbers that aren't covered is the 2, 3, 11, and 12, right? And the 7, okay? So let's say we're working. We're gonna be working on our hard ways, and we're gonna just roll it, and we're gonna just roll it and be working on the come out. Doesn't matter right now. Let's go, let's see what happens. And it's a 6. Okay, so now watch what happens. Each one of these comes down, the 6, the 516 wins, and it wins $16. Or if you leave this up, it wins a difference of $6, okay? Now I'm gonna pay it like this. I'm gonna pay it like this because it was an easy 6, so we lost the easy 6, okay? And we're gonna have to put the 2 back. So look, we won $4. Now, we could put it over here in our rack and then until we get another number. So that's $4. Now, if it was a hard 6, we won, or a hard 8, we would have won $8. If it is, same thing if it's a hard 4 or hard 10, that would be $4. If it's a 5 or a 9, we'd win $6. Okay, now you might say, whoa, that's a lot of risk for a little bit of amount. However, and it is a one roll bet, and you do lose if the horn or the, well, everybody will lose, even if they're betting, placing the numbers. If a 7 comes, they would lose everything anyway. So really, this is the horn numbers that you're wanting to, no 7, no horn, right? That's what you want. That's an $18 investment as long as you can do $1 hops. But think about it as units. If you did this with units right here, you would have won $20 if you did the units here. Before you bash it and say it's just pennies, the percentage is really good. $4 for an $18 bet. You might say, whoa, that's not good. Well, if you did it with the higher amounts, you're winning 4 units for the amount of units you have out. And remember, these units stay there until they lose. So you kind of got, you don't have to put out $18 or 18 units every single roll, because like I said, these will stay there. And of course, 5 and 9 would be your best case, a good case, but really a hard 8, hard 6 would be your best scenario. Any hard way would be your best scenario. But you always want to just put those back. And a lot of times they'll just leave them there. You say, keep them up, and then there'll be six units to go, and then they have to replace these. So with all that being said, I won't do the red units or the nickels to show you how it's done, but this is starting low. And what you would do is you try to win enough, okay? You try to win enough in order to place. So let's say we won 3 times in a row. Let's just try to do it. Okay, so the point is 6, by the way. All right, here we go. And it is a 7. 7 out. Yeah, it would be like that. It would be when you're trying to train to do that. Okay, so this goes out. Everybody loses, including the hop people, right? The hopping bets. Okay, so the thing about this is you started with 18. We won 4, okay? Now, as far as a percentage, most everybody that bet on the table, right? Just right now, everybody that bet probably won the same percentage. We were just playing at a very low level. Okay, the hopping bets, some people say those aren't good bets because they're one roll bets. However, they do pay off, and as long as you got all the box numbers, it's a pretty good scenario. If a horn rolled, these would stay, but 10 would lose. You could throw in another 10, but then you're in at $28, if you know what I'm saying. Which we got 4. So, but the idea is if you get enough, the way the Waymaker works is if you get enough to place a number, then you just place a number. And then if the hopping and the number hits that you actually bet for $12 there, you would win that one, and then you would put back all your hopping and get a 6. And then put back, and once you get all the numbers you want, then you stop hopping. And that's a way to start low and use leverage to win some money. Okay, so I hope this video helped talking about starting low, and let's talk about now. The next video we're going to talk about the thing you must know about the table limits and why did I start at 66 if the table limit low was, if the table minimum was 44 inside. Why did I do 66? Watch this. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go over there.